Chicas y chicos de Club de Peggy, soy Ale Velasco, estamos en Martes de Ventas en la llave de las ventas. Pero no se lo pueden creer, hoy estoy con el mejor invitado especial, que es mi coautor de el libro La llave de las ventas, que ya lo pueden encontrar en Gandhi, Sótano, próximamente en Amazon México y Amazon en Estados Unidos, quizá ya está, espero que ya esté en Amazon, y nos va a decir quién es Joe Morton y nos va a decir cuál es su fórmula para vender. Que nos diga Joe qué hace. Joe nos va a decir, es una maravillosa persona y nos va a explicar. Please, Joe, tell us who is Joe Morton. Please. It's your time, Joe. Go on.
Well, thank you, Ali. It's such a pleasure to be here and wonderful to be able to spend time to talk about our book, Sales Key. In English, we call it the Sales Key. And I'm thrilled to have partnered with you, Ali, on this project. When I saw that, when you and I met so many years ago in Colombia, I thought, she's a good person to partner with someday. And you've
Really?
written over now 20 books you've written. Well, 21 books. And so it's a pleasure to be here. So you asked me, who is Joe Morton? Well, break it down into 4 different areas of my life, really. Number one, first and foremost, I'm a husband and a father.
You're
I've been married
a good father. Muy good.
Thank you. Much like you've been married for what, 32 years now to 31 years. I've been married 30 years to my wife. We've been 30 years this year. And we have 4 children together. We have three boys and we have a daughter. And so to me, first and foremost, I'm a husband and I'm a father, and family is the core in my life, and it's an important point to make because in our book and in my life philosophy, which I'll get into a little bit later, I talk about what is your why, what drives you, what is your purpose, what drives you, and one of my big whys, one of my big purposes is my family. And so this is an important thing for me as I describe who I am. What makes me, in English we say, what makes you tick? What makes you work? And my family is number one. So first and foremost, if you look at it maybe like 4 pillars in my life, family being number one. Number 2 is business. I love business. I'm an entrepreneur. I love sales. I love the art of sales. I love so much so that Ali and I partnered up to write this book, The Sales Key, because what we talk about in this book is really, it's meant to be a pocketbook, something that you can carry with you, something that you can read on a daily basis, something that you can refer to regularly as a salesperson. But also, I love creation. Okay, in business, I love creation. And so the things that I'm drawn towards mostly are entrepreneurial efforts, which is sales. Everything is sales. Everything that happens in the economy is sales. And we get into that in the book, and I can talk about that at a different time. But my business side has always been entrepreneurial. Yes, I've worked in corporate America. I've worked in every department that you could generally have in a company, from customer service, order entry, the finance department, operations department, all throughout marketing and sales. And I've done them all. I've run countries. I've run companies. I've started companies, and I've sold companies. And now where my focus is from a business perspective is real estate. Ooh, I love real estate. So I'm an investor at the moment, and I also have several startups that I'm working on at the moment. So business, I love business. I love creation. I love sales. I love entrepreneurship. Ooh, it's an exciting part. So that's like pillar number 2. Pillar number 3, author. I'm an author. I've always kind of wanted to write a book. Ali, you've written 21 books, and I've written 2. And I'll get into the first one in a moment. It's called Positive In, because you're going to ask me a little bit about my life philosophy and what drives me. And that is going to be a large part of it. But I've written 2 books, Positive In and, of course, The Sales Key,
Woo!
21 keys to being successful as a salesperson, to be the best salesperson that you can be. So an author is another part of who I am. And then number 4, I love adventure, Ali. I love adventure. I love sports. I love to watch sports, of course. But I grew up playing sports from hockey and baseball. Hockey and baseball being probably the top sports. That I played football and I played basketball and I played volleyball and I did track and field. But right now in my life, I love to run. I love to bike. I love to do triathlons, Ironman competitions. I love to ski. I love to rock climb and hike and mountaineering. And when I
Sport
speak to
man, Joe.
crowds,
You
yeah,
are
yeah, I like
really,
it.
really sport man. ¿Se dan
And when I
cuenta que Joe Morton es un gran deportista y es un hombre con pasión? Y esta pasión de Joe se ve. Y seguimos, Joe. Please continue.
Well, I love, as I was mentioning, sports. I love adventure, mountaineering, and I use these experiences in my life. I love to travel. Use these experiences in my life to help teach principles. When I'm speaking to crowds in my books, I like to use these as examples to help teach a principle of success. And so those are the 4 pillars for me, Ali. Those 4 pillars, of course: family, business, authorship, and then, of course, sports and adventure. So that's who Joe Morton is. That's kind of in a nutshell me. And of course, everything else comes from there. Everything comes from it.
But so please, Joe, tell us, how is your formula? How to do it? How to be a entrepreneur? Because most of the people are scared of that. How Joe Morton start when you went in Malaysia, and you saw the mango stand and you have an idea and then you put in the bottle. How do you do it? Please give us these secrets, this formula to say.
Mhm.
Just please.
Well, the secret is a good question, but it actually starts before Malaysia, because my dream was always to start a company, Ali. That was my dream. And so when you have a dream driving you, again, what is your purpose? What is your why? So my why was to create a company, was to start a company, was to find a botanical somewhere in the world, because I grew up with that. That's what I grew up with. I saw different botanicals coming to market and becoming popular, and I wanted to do that. I desired that. That was one of my whys. And so I built everything towards that. In every company that I worked for, when they offered, they said, do you want to take on this job or that job? Even though they may not have been the most glamorous jobs, I would take them. Why? Because I wanted to learn the company. I wanted to learn the insides and outs of the company so that I could build eventually my own company. So it started before Malaysia. And so there's one of the keys. What is your why? And is it dominating your thoughts? Not you, but the person listening to this. Is it dominating your thoughts? Because what dominates your thoughts is what you end up experiencing in life. We go in the direction of our dominant thoughts. And so you ask, what makes me tick? What makes Joe Morton? It's what dominates my thoughts. And when my thoughts get a little off, and they do, because everyone's do, I bring it back. I bring it back. And I have dreams, and I have dreams that I've written down. I look at them every day. They're in my phone. I look at them every single day. And then I watch images every day. I look at images every day of where I'm going in my life. And so I have very defined goals. And so it doesn't just happen. The creation process happens before that. We create it up here first. We create it here. We see it. You oftentimes see Olympic athletes, if anyone's ever watched an Olympic athlete, before they actually perform. It's really fascinating to watch. They'll sit there, their eyes are closed, and they'll be following their ski run down the hill. In their mind, they see themselves succeeding. They see themselves winning. You see professional singers and professional performers. Oftentimes they're sitting backstage. They've got their eyes closed. They're visualizing. They're visualizing what's happening. And so I believe that we go in the direction of our dominant thoughts. And so anyone who's listening to this right now, what is dominating your thoughts? Is it fear? Is it your dreams? And so every day, what I believe is a process that needs to take place. Conquer your mind and you will conquer your day. Conquer your mind and you will conquer your day. So get your mind in control and it'll go and then your day will go in the direction of what's dominating your thoughts in the morning.
I like that joke, because perhaps it takes 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But if is your mind come true, what else, Joe?
Well, that's a very important point, Ali, that you bring up, because entrepreneurs or people just say, I hear this regularly in life. Oh, it must be nice. That kind of a statement. Oh, it must be nice. Must be nice to be Elon Musk. Are we willing to do what it takes to become Elon Musk? Or Jeff Bezos? Or Phil Knight? You know, like they dominate, their thoughts dominate success. Success dominates their thoughts, and conquering their industries dominates their thoughts. And they don't get caught up in the fears of the world. They don't let that. And so when I say conquer your thoughts and you will conquer your day, starve your fears. It's also said this way: starve your fears and feed your dreams, feed your goals, feed your visions. That's what you every day.
Okay, Joe. You think it's not easy? How you can take the fears and say my goals, my dreams? How Joe Morton did it, and do everything?
Well, what are we working on? What dominates our thoughts? Is it fear? Because see, this is one of the techniques for people listening today. You're listening right now. You can implement this right now. So listen up, everyone who's listening to this. Listen up, because you can apply this today. Do just the following things. Number one, don't watch the news. Do not watch the news. Don't read the news. Yes, right, Ali? You and I agree.
Yes.
Don't read the news. Don't watch the news. Don't start your day with news, and don't end your day with news. Why? Because it's predominantly negative. It's predominantly fear-based. Don't do it. And then you'll say, oh, but so how do I know what's going on in the world? Guys, you'll figure it out. Don't worry. If it's something important, you will hear about it.
Yes.
But the majority of the news, look at it right now. If you want to just pause this right now, who is ever watching this, pause it. Go look at whatever news you look at.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Look at and tell me how many of those out of the top 10 are positive. And you will not, if you find one, maybe 2 out of top 10, maybe, but usually maybe one's positive. That's it. So why do you want to feed yourself with that? So number one, immediately turn off the news. Number two, start reading something positive. Just read something positive. You could read this. You could read this book, you know, or whatever it might be. I'm just looking at books right now that are right in front of me. Okay. Oh, there's my book. Thank you. Positive in. I love it. This is a book that I absolutely love. It's a good friend of mine.
Yes.
It's in English. It's not, I don't think he has it in Spanish, but Iron Cowboy, Redefine Impossible. Great books. Surround yourself with great books.
Nunca pares de Phil Knight. Les recomiendo muchísimo. Focus de Daniel Goleman. De Cállate y escucha. Shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen. Good one.
I love
Agreements. Phenomenal book.
Yes.
Have you read this book? Yes, great.
Really?
You know, but fill your mind with with good books. Oh, this is a good one. Ooh, for entrepreneurs and sellers right here. Oh, you can't see it. David and Goliath. David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. Such a good book. So you could start your day. You could start your day with positive, with stories. That excellent book. Very, very good book. Yeah. Start your day with positive material. Watch positive material. So what I like to do in my book that you just presented, thank you very much, Positive In, thank you. In there, I highlight 5 things that I do every single day. So you ask me, what do I do? This is what I do. Gratitude. I start my day with gratitude. And when you're grateful, you suddenly start to see the world differently. What happens is when we're grateful, we start to see the world in abundance. Okay? Instead, if you're watching the news and you're focused on fear, then you see scarcity. And scarcity is not a good place. That's a fear-based emotion that you're driven by fear. And so abundance is where we want to be. Grateful, gratitude. Number 2, love. I like to start each day with love. And like the great sales book, Og Mandino is the greatest salesman in the world, says, start each day with love in your heart. And then you will see the world differently. You'll see your salespeople differently. You'll see your clients differently. You'll see your product that you're selling differently. You'll see your company, your brand, everything you'll see differently.
Yeah, it's true, Joe. I love to take breakfast with my husband. I love it because we talk. We don't see news in the morning. We talk about it. We laughed. We I don't know. It's love. For me it's special. Aquí lo que me está diciendo Joe, maravilloso, que empieces tus días con cosas positivas, porque luego muchas veces dices, ¿cómo no ves noticias? Las noticias van a llegar a ti, de alguna o otra forma. Alguien te va a decir, mejor vela el día de otra forma. Hoy tal vez puede estar nublado, pero estás vivo, estás vivo. ¿Qué más quieres? Joe, tell us another secret.
Another secret is to write your goals down. Write them down. Write them down and then look at them in the morning and look at them at night. Write them down. It's a very important part of the process. Write down your goals. Something happens when you have your goals up here. Starts here. The vision starts here. The impressions start here. But then when you write them down, something happens. And there's something called, and I hope this is not too complicated to translate, it's called the reticular activating system. Have you heard of this, Ali? Reticular activating system. It's very fascinating. It's part of our makeup as this incredible human experience that we have. It's called a reticular activating system. And what that says is, whatever you're dominating your thoughts, you start being attracted towards it. Okay? For example, if you wanted to buy a BMW, Ali, suddenly you want a BMW. You're thinking, I like BMWs. I want a BMW. I want a BMW. I want a red BMW. Guess what? You're going to start seeing red BMWs, right?
Yes.
That's what happens. That's the reticular activating system.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the secret or whatever, but if you put in your mind, si tú pones eso en tu mente, tú lo pones aquí, te puede durar 5 años, 10 años, 1 año, pero tú ya lo pusiste en tu mente y la mente lo empieza a seguir. No sé si has leído El Secreto, todas esas cosas. Yo no los había leído, pero yo lo ponía en mi mente. Joe, I have always put in my mind. Always. Yo creo que eso es lo importante. Entonces, lo dice Joe, pone en tu mente. That's the second. Yes, I got this idea. I like it.
Write it down. Write it down. Very important. Here's another tip. I mean, these are not in order or anything,
No.
Ali. Okay, but here's a tip for salespeople. Okay, write down your goals. First of all, know where you're going. Vision. Know where you're going. And this is for entrepreneurs. This is for mothers. This is for fathers. This is for everyone. Teachers. If you're a teacher, write down your goals. Have goals. Go in the direction of your dominant thoughts. Okay. Start each day with gratitude and love in your heart.
I like dominate thoughts. I like that for a book, Joe. Dominate your
dominant thoughts.
Yeah,
dominant thoughts.
I like it. See, I put
Hey, that's our next book. That's our next book, Ali. Dominant thoughts.
Yes.
Dominant thoughts. Um, but here's another thing that's in my book, Positive In, actually. It's the third thing that I practice um, every day. Be present.
Mm.
Be present. Be in the moment. Okay. Now, how does this apply to all of us?
How? How?
How does it apply? Okay, let's take for example, just in life in general. If we're focused on the past is the past. It can't change, Ali. It cannot change. It's done. It's done. Finito. Over. Over. And so if we're focused on the past, then it's energy that's wasted. It's not helping us. And it becomes a negative because we're focused on, oh, if I would have just done this differently, if I just, dang it, if I would have done this differently, it would be, no, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. It's done. And so don't focus on the past, focus on the present, because this is the only moment that we have. And so each morning I like to start with meditation. I start with meditation of gratitudes, meditation of love, and just becoming present, just center myself. Think about my dreams, think about my goals, think about me in the present moment. And I do it in a moment like I am abundant. See, it's a present thought. It's not a, I want to be abundant, or I want to be affluent, or I want to be a billionaire or a millionaire. It's not, I want to be. I am abundant. I am a millionaire. I am a billionaire. See, we're in the present moment. It changes the game completely, changes things entirely. Here's another thing that helps in the moment, being present in the moment, okay? For you salespeople listening, if you're with your client, being present is two things. It can be in the moment, you're meditating, you're present, but also be present with your client. If you're sitting there and you're trying to sell something to your client and you're playing around on your phone and you're fidgeting and you're thinking about this or you're thinking about that and you're distracted, you're not present, you're not in the moment, you're not giving your salesperson, your client, excuse me, you're not giving your client the respect that they deserve as your client. This applies as parents. If we're sitting with our child on a date night, or you're with your husband or spouse on your date night, and you're playing around on your phone and you're talking to other people and you're distracted on social media, how can you're not present, not present.
I love this book, The Power of Now.
Such an amazing book.
I love this book.
Amazing book.
That book,
one of my favorite authors.
Life. Now I'm focused, but in this, how it's really, really good, this book, El Poder de la Hora. Si lo puedes conseguir de
Edgar Tolle.
Tolle. En serio, es un
Edgar Tolle.
librazo. Lo tengo por aquí. Y si no, o también Joe, puede ser en audiolibro. O sea, lo puedes conseguir, pero es El Poder de la Hora. Lo estaba buscando, no me estaba distrayendo,
Yep.
estaba buscando.
I was looking, I have a bunch of his books.
No,
I
yes,
love them.
look,
Edgar Tolle.
Look, I have all, as well in audio book. I have The Poder de la Hora in audiobook. It's for listening. It's really good. Háganlo.
So good.
Es lo que está diciendo. Es el momento, es hoy. Estás con un cliente presente en ese momento, en este instante, como ahí. It's true. It's really true. Because always we thought about the past, and the past is like, and the future is coming, Joe.
Future's not here yet, but we have now, and we waste so much of the now worrying about the past or having anxiety about the future. We forget about the present, and the present is the only moment that we have. It's right now. The present is here, and healing takes place. We are happy when we stay in the present moment. Doesn't mean we can't dream about the future. Dream about the future, write down goals, absolutely, 100%. But don't forget about the now. So those are a few little things, little keys to throw out there.
Yes. Joe, how the people find you? Joe Morton, I know you in the next few weeks you will have your webpage in Spanish and English, and
Mhm.
how the people how find Joe Morton, the Joe Morton, the entrepreneur,
Mhm.
Joe Morton, the passion guy, the Joe Morton sportman, the Joe Morton, the co-author of The Sales of the Key, de la llave de las ventas.
Mhm.
Joe
Mhm.
Morton is Joe Morton. How they
Mhm.
find you, Joe?
Well, as you mentioned, shortly I will have my own personal website started, and it's going to be the Joe Morton, www.thejoemorton.com.
The
And
Joe Morton. This will be El Joe Morton. The Joe.
mhm,
I like
yes,
the name.
yes, I had to do that because someone else owns the
No, no, no.
the,
I
the
like it.
dome.
No,
Yeah,
you are
it's good.
the Joe Morton.
It's good. It's
You
good.
are not the.
I have social media as well. I go under the name of Oh the Places You'll Run on Instagram. It's a small Instagram account. I've never really I focus on just life on my Instagram account. Oh the Places You'll Run. And I do that because there was a great book by Dr. Seuss called Oh the Places You'll Go. And one of my favorite books actually. And so I changed it up a little bit because I like to run. And so I run in the mountains, I run in Mexico when I'm in Mexico, I run in Japan, I run in
In
Korea, I run in
Acapulco?
Taiwan, wherever I am, Acapulco.
You run in Acapulco?
Oh yeah, of course,
Yes,
absolutely.
Lord.
Everywhere I go, I run. And so it's just my title. It's all the places you'll run. And then uh, I have also Facebook, just Joe Morton. I've got a couple different Facebook accounts, but there's one that I mainly use, and it's just Joe Morton. Simple with family and friends. So simple. And then, of course, our website,
The Joe Morton.
La llave de la ventas, our website. There's content for me on that as well. But
Así,
watch for it because it's going to grow. That content, all my social media presence, that'll all grow as over time.
thank you, Joe. Nada más les comento que a partir de ahora van a escuchar muchísimo de Joe Morton, un hombre trabajador, un hombre apasionado con la vida, un gran emprendedor. Pero hoy Joe Morton va a brillar en México, en Latinoamérica y en el mundo. Y Joe y con su servidor Ale Velasco hicimos este maravilloso libro, La llave de las ventas. Hoy ya, seguramente ya lo vas a poder encontrar en Amazon Estados Unidos, Amazon México, Gandhi Gondit, en tantos y tantos lugares. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí en Martes de Ventas, en La Llave de las Ventas. Nos pueden encontrar llavedelasventas.com o THE Joe Morton. Vas a poder encontrarlo. Joe Morton, thank you. It's a pleasure to have here in Los Martes.
Gracias, Ali.
Muchísimas gracias. Hasta